chassis and do some adjustments. Yo, this is Tone, T-O-N-E. You know what it is. That's why we have the intro, so I don't have to keep saying what we doing, what we are. All right, so this is the first installment of a new concept that I'm trying to work on, as I told you. The mixing of the funky hip hop beats with the collecting and talking about comic books, right? Hold on a second. Have a little drink of the bubbly for the holidays. Grown folks eggnog. So, what's up? Everybody good? All right. Glad you're here. Today, I'm going to talk about a comic book that I never read. I read it real late. I'm a Marvel fan. I'm a DC. I like DC. I love Marvel. But I'm down with all comic books, period. And what I'll explain about me is, as I said before in previous videos, I'm a villain guy, but I'm also an artist-driven collector. I collect comic books, but I also enjoy good art. I really not interested in how it's written. If the stories are great stories, well written, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not interested in that. I'm not. So, if one of my favorite artists, for example, Jack Kirby, if he's doing Incredible Hulk on Marvel, I'm gonna buy it. Hulk. If they change up artists and the artist sucks, I'm not buying that issue no more. If he jumps to a book like the one I'm gonna show you now, then I'm gonna jump and follow him to that book. So I follow artists, and I do follow my favorite characters depending on how they're drawn. I don't care how they're written. I only care how they're drawn. So, get that out the way. Some years ago, I saw a lady selling some comic books on the street. Not comic books, regular books, sorry. The grown folk eggnog is kicking in. So I said to her, well, do you happen to, have any access to any comic books? Let me know. I gave her my name and number. She said, well, I'll call you and let you know. Well, she sure enough did call me. And she was at this little street fair. She said, listen, I'm going down to this little street fair and I got some comic books I want to show you. You said you was interested in some comic books. I said, yeah, I still am. I said, I need to do me one favor. I'd like to have first crack at them. This is guaranteed cash for you, so you don't have to worry about, no, just please, just hold them. I like to have first crack at them. So I got down there, and amongst the many books she brought out, I ran into her maybe 2 times in the course of our relationship with the books. First time she had a whole box at her table. And then another time she had called me, she had like a shopping cart, dude. She's like, yo, I got some more books for you I want to show you. I said, yes. Yo, I went to a crib, which is across from the job. Wait for her in the lobby. She brought down a shopping cart, dude, that you buy groceries with, full of comic books. I bought every last joint she had. Every single one. Okay. One of the books, a series of books I bought for her, was my boy KAMANDI, the last boy on earth, which pretty much sucks. KAMANDI, I'm gonna just show him to you while I talk, is a dope comic. And I'm gonna tell you, and if you haven't read it, I recommend you read it. Jack Kirby did the artwork, so that was number one. I bought him because Jack Kirby did the artwork. I didn't know anything about the story. I never read KAMANDI. I just saw that it was Jack Kirby cover, and they were 20 cents, and they were in excellent condition, and I grabbed them up. I bought every last one. $1 a pop. She gave them to me for $1 a pop. So I bought as many as I could. From her 1 week. I took the other half. I bought like $50 worth one couple of weeks, and 2 weeks later I went and bought another 50 from her. And kept it moving. Now, what's dope about KAMANDI? Okay, let me tell you what's dope about this book and why you should read it. This is why you should read KAMANDI, okay? If you like Planet of the Apes, if you like and love, like I do, Planet of the Apes. I'm talking about the old series with Charlton Heston, and I'm talking about the new series, which is super dope. Planet of the Apes was a show that I watched when I was a kid, and I loved it. Okay? Here's the cool shit about KAMANDI. KAMANDI is Planet of the Apes, okay? And you might know this phrase, on crack. Why is it KAMANDI is Planet of the Apes on crack? Because in Planet of the Apes, you know this, you should know the plot. The apes eventually will take over the planet because of a disease or whatever. He took over the planet. But there's a mixture of humans and it's the apes. The apes are the only creatures that evolved in Planet of the Apes. But yo, in KAMANDI, most of all the animals have evolved into intelligent humanoid beings. So if you like Planet of the Apes, where the apes interact and fight and war with the humans, you'll love KAMANDI because all the characters and animals, they war with him, of course, because he's a human, they don't like him, but they war with themselves. Now, what's cool about... Now, okay, what's the next cool factor about this book, KAMANDI? It's not just apes. Homeboy, there's all types of fractions. You got your apes. But look here. Dogs. Tigers. You even have lions. Some kind of weird worm-looking creature. Wolves and alligators. Wolves and alligators. Giant sea creatures and crabs. Some snails. Even the snails have grown to say, yo, we not having this, son. Lizards. Rats. Looks like more wolves, maybe coyotes from the desert. Yo, some kind of sea, look like barracudas and sea creatures. Yo, so if you like Planet of the Apes, this is more like Planet of the Animals. Yo, he throws down and he deals with all types of creatures. All the creatures have section off their part of the world, or they're part of the Americas. You know, and they battle with each other, they chill with each other. So you have peaceful animals, you have war animals. I'm shocked that this comic has never became a movie or a TV series, because it's got everything that Planet of the Apes got, but extra. You know what I'm saying? You want to see a variety. You could just roll with the apes issue after issue. It's just issues between the apes and the humans, apes and humans. But how cool is it to have issues and wars and battles between human and all the creatures, and then the creatures amongst themselves? So, basically, with that said, KAMANDI is a dope book. I totally recommend it. It's a recommended read. Don't bother trying to go out and get all of these. This will cost you a fortune. And by the way, she ended up selling me KAMANDI number 20 all the way through number 44. And it was cool. It was real cool. It was a great experience. Great experience. So, but if you can get your hands on the omnibus or the complete series, I'm sure there's a trade paperback out there somewhere. Get it? KAMANDI. So to recap, if you like Planet of the Apes, then you will definitely love KAMANDI, because KAMANDI again is Planet of the Apes, Planet of the Tigers, Planet of the Lions, Planet of the Dogs, Planet of the Rats, Planet of the Lizards, Planet of the Orcas. All the creatures have, for the most part, I'm talking insects to amphibians to snails, have all developed. KAMANDI, a must read. Y'all, I'm out. Your boy Tone. Check me out. DJ Q Up, Throwback Mac, aka the Boy Blender. And see you on 16 for comments, and see you at the IG and the Facebook page. Peace.